Hey friends, welcome back in. Halloween only a few days away, and you may have already started with the tricks and brightly colored treats. So with recent increased interest and concern about the food dyes that make many Halloween treats so colorful, we have Dr. Courtney LUECKING here with us today to share information to help us decide whether to buy and eat foods that have food dyes. And Courtney's an extension specialist for maternal and child nutrition for University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service, which we rely on you folks for so much.
Yes, we're happy to be here.
Courtney, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
So this is ripped right from the headlines. So
yes.
Let's start with just basic. Let's do a primer, shall we, on food dyes. Okay. Give folks the definition there.
Yeah. So food dyes are color added to foods, but they're also added to medications, vitamins, and even some of our cosmetics.
Okay.
And they can come from natural sources, so vegetables, plants. I like to think of beets, like a really colorful one.
Right.
And they can also come from chemical sources.
Okay.
And that's where some of the concern has come in and how they're being used to. They can be purposeful, so maybe to correct some color loss from temperature or air or light, but also used for the fun factor of food or to relate a color to a flavor, for example.
Make things pop.
Yes.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about regulation of food dyes. Where are we at with that?
Yeah, so our Food and Drug Administration does require evidence that these food dyes are safe before they're added to our foods. We have 8 currently approved, and if people were paying attention to the headlines earlier in the year, they might have noted that red dye number 3 was removed from that safety list. So they are constantly looking at the evidence to get it updated and see what is or is not appropriate.
So in terms of synthetic food dyes, where are we landing? How safe are these for us?
That's a great question. So there have been some mixed reports out. I think the biggest concerns come about cancer, but there's no consistent evidence, and the evidence actually is in animals, which are very different from humans.
Sure.
And then another big concern is behaviors, and there is evidence that a small subset of children might be more sensitive to food dyes, so they may experience restlessness or hyperactivity or things like that. But one important thing I want to acknowledge is that the evidence, we're building it over time, right? And I think this raises a concern that there's a general concern about transparency and quality and access of our food supply.
Okay. So if folks want to just err on the side of caution and start to distance themselves, what can we do to limit our exposure to food dyes?
Sure. So just thinking about Halloween this week, maybe some alternatives to all of the candy treats. So so maybe it's stickers or pencils, or we found little slime things to give away to my kids' friends at school.
Kids love slime.
They do, and stickers or temporary tattoos. So there's some alternatives to food completely. But with food itself, focusing on those whole foods. Are they fruit, vegetables, whole grain, plant and animal sources of protein like seeds, nuts, eggs, fish, beef, all of those, because they are less likely to have those food dyes added to them.
Right. Makes all the sense in the world. What's a good resource for us to send our viewers to? Want to learn more about this? Want to tap into the resources from the Extension Services to help them kind of guide their way through these shark-infested waters these days?
Absolutely. So if they go online and just search my local Cooperative Extension office, they can find the contact information, and the local offices have tons of resources and classes to support people.
Okay, very good. Well, we really appreciate this information, cutting through the headlines and getting right to the basics, and feel a little better after this conversation. So, Courtney, thanks. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Send our best to the team at the Extension Services at
will.
UK. You guys do so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We're back after this. Stick around.
ABC 36 Community Spotlight is brought to you by CHI St. Joseph Health, caring for our community with human kindness.